The control of both houses of Congress is at stake on Tuesday. And with polls showing so many races are dead heats, it's no surprise to see how intense these last days are on the campaign trail. This weekend, the current president and 3 former U.S. presidents are out campaigning, 3 of them in Pennsylvania alone.
Goes to show how important that state is, and both sides spending massive amounts of money on campaign ads. According to the Wesleyan Media Project, $3 billion nationwide. And also a lot of voters. We have seen those long lines at a number of early voting sites in places like Wisconsin and North Carolina.
And as we plunge into the last 2 days of campaigning, a new ABC News Washington Post poll puts the economy and inflation as top concerns of voters. And those feelings are more intense among Republicans. Education, threats to democracy and crime are also major concerns. ABC's Mary Alice Parks is here with us this morning. Good morning to you, Mary Alice.
Good morning, Eva. Yeah, exactly. And we've heard voters tell us across the country that those issues matter so much to them. Tens of millions of Americans have already voted this election. Those long lines of early voting this weekend, and so much attention right here in Pennsylvania. Both parties really just bringing out all the stops to try to get their voters to the polls.
An incredible split screen overnight in Pennsylvania. With 2 days to go, 2 presidents together in Philadelphia. Across the state, a third.
Are you fired up yet?
President Biden and former President Obama hand in hand with both Democratic Senate candidate John Fetterman and gubernatorial candidate Josh Shapiro, telling the crowd the right to vote is on the line.
Truth and facts and logic and reason and basic decency are on the ballot. Democracy itself is on the ballot.
The crowd raucous, largely younger voters. Democrats hoping the star power will deliver the shot in the arm needed to keep Pennsylvania blue. Biden calling out former President Trump's rally across the state in Latrobe.
This crowd's so loud, I think they can hear us in Latrobe.
Trump landing his signature plane before his own riled up and excited crowd. Campaigning for the Republican ticket, Doug Mastriano running for governor, and Republican Senate candidate Dr. Mehmet Oz.
If you want to stop the destruction of our country and save the American dream, then this Tuesday you must vote Republican in a giant red wave.
Pennsylvania could decide control of the Senate, as could a number of laser-tight Senate races, from New Hampshire to Arizona to Georgia. Americans dialed in long lines of early voting in Madison, Wisconsin, and Charlotte, North Carolina this weekend. In New York, another former president, Bill Clinton, campaigning next to Governor Kathy Hochul, her race suddenly close.
We will win this election because of the people in this room.
Hochul's challenger, Congressman Lee Zeldin, like so many Republicans, doubling down on messaging around crime.
We are taking our streets back. We are taking our subways back.
I talked to a lot of Democratic voters last night at that event with President Obama and President Biden. And Eva, they mentioned a lot of issues that matter to them, but every single one talked about this issue of democracy, voting for their right to vote, how worried they were that some Republican candidates were continuing to be skeptical and cast doubt on elections.
And we're hearing those voters talk so much about the issues in this election. Mary Alice, thank you so much. And let's zero in on some other key races, 2 other key states. First, Georgia. ABC's Ike joins us from Atlanta. Good morning to you, Ike.
Good morning, Eva. When you talk about races coming down to the wire, you wouldn't be able to find one closer than what's happening right here in the Georgia Senate race. The latest polling average from 538 showing incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock in a statistical tie with Republican challenger Herschel Walker. As both candidates are out campaigning in a last-ditch effort to boost voter turnout, Warnock has been talking about his work with Senator Ted Cruz in an attempt to attract independent and split-ticket voters. And Walker has recently appeared with far-right conservative figures like Marjorie Taylor Greene, honing in on social issues like parental rights. Walker also trying to move past the recent controversy surrounding a second woman, claiming Walker paid for her abortion, an issue he has vocally campaigned against. Now, another key race here, the gubernatorial race between incumbent Brian Kemp and Democratic challenger Stacey Abrams. 538 showing Kemp with a healthy lead. Eva?
Ike Ajachi for us there in Atlanta. Thanks, Ike. Now to Nevada, a stronghold for Democrats, but this year polling is giving Republicans an edge in the race for U.S. Senate. ABC's Morgan Norwood is in Las Vegas with more. Good morning to you, Morgan.
Eva, good morning. All eyes on Nevada as we're starting to see Republicans muster up enough momentum to potentially flip a traditionally blue state red. I want to take you through this. We have Republican Adam Laxalt facing off against incumbent Democratic Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. According to analysis by 538, Laxalt has a 58% chance of defeating Cortez Masto, and the latest polling actually has them running neck and neck. Representative Steve Horsford, Susie Lee, and Dina Titus also seeking re-election. And then there's the race for Secretary of State, the position, of course, tasked with overseeing the elections. Democrat Cisco Aguilar is running against Jim Marchant. He's a Republican backed by Donald Trump and a 2020 election denier. Now, should he win, we could be looking at an overhaul of Nevada's election system ahead of the 2024 presidential race. Bottom line, though, Nevada highly competitive in this particular race, and we expect inflation to be a key driving point for many voters and also to contribute to any potential swing that we see here. Janae?
Yep, Morgan, talking to voters last week, so many talking about the economy. I'm heading back out there tonight. Certainly will be a close race. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.